Welcome to Keeper Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another reading for Taurus for October, the end of the month. And the deck just split. Again, it split with the moon, 3 of swords, and the 10. Taurus, it's healing and finding your happiness and revealing that you are. You're talking to people, or you want to, or some of you are saying to yourselves, you want to keep that to yourself. Again, the deck is splitting. You're overcoming that loss. You're finding that happiness again. The happiness seems to be coming in, on the way. I mean, we are very close to the very end of the month when I'm doing this, and I wanted to do it sooner, but circumstances didn't allow. And again, we're having this Ace of Pentacles. So finding the home, finding the stability, changing your job, changing where you work, or just finding happiness where you work, what you work in. We have the 3 again, 3 of Swords. So finding the happiness and healing, and then coming out with the 6 of Pentacles and Page of Cups. So a new beginning for some of you, forgiveness for others. And I see a 3 here. So we have 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. So again, it's working with people that you care about, and or finding that stability with someone that you do care about. The deck is really just letting go with every time I try to cut. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles. So it's for what you've invested in, with the Ace to make an 8. So abundance, and again, coming into that happiness. It's a compensation for whatever you've been through. Which brings me to the deck that I'm using. And I do thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. I just went right into the breaking up of this deck, and that's why I'm using this deck again for the end of the month. And I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me, keeping me safe. All right, and I know you can hear my little friend. He's just digging away over there. We just came from a walk, and I said I should do the reading right away. So we're using the Crow deck, and it's the 8-card spread where I randomly choose cards, bring it into the story, or to bring the story in, rather. And first card is the card that represents where you've been, what's happened to you, shaped you, molded you, coming off of the past into the present. It's like a cusp. The second card is another cusp. It's the present going into the future, so a springboard off of what's taken place with the first card, and this would be the direction you're going into the future. And the third card is what hinders or what helps you according to your past, your present, and your future. It depends on your timeline when you're watching this. This card will show you the positive or negative. Bring them down because this card is always hidden. The fourth card is your hopes and your fears and subconscious. So it's what's coming up into the light. Again, because of what you've been through, it's showing itself now. Again, it'll be positive or negative depending on how these cards play out. So the fifth card is what grounds you, what propels you, what keeps you going, what keeps you afloat. Could be yourself, could be a mentor, could be circumstance, could be spirit, could be someone close to you. The sixth card is lessons learned, and I do have a cup of coffee here. It's my first cup of the day. It's the sixth card is sixth card is lessons learned. Again, pertaining to what you've been through and how you have come through it. The seventh card is outside forces. So this is not you. This is anybody but you. Could be spirit, could be a person, could be circumstance, could be situation in itself. And the 8th card is the final outcome, or the potential outcome, if you do follow what the guidance of this reading says. And here we have the 5. So we're coming back to overcoming and having gone through, and we have death. So it was a really dark place that you've been through, and the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Swords. So lots of truth and confirmation of truth and understanding where you're going. And this 13 it's bringing us fully into the Scorpio season. The last few reads that I had, we transcending into overcoming and learning lessons and having the truth come to us, and really understanding where we are, who we are, where we stand in certain circumstances. With this 13 here, with the 5, it's really reconciliation of the soul with the circumstance that we've experienced. When I look at the 5 with the 13, because it is in the deep darkest suffering that we will have arising. You see, without the dark suffering, we can't have that new beginning, because we need to suffer to go through and have a new beginning. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So someone really wanting to either share ideas or talk to someone, or thinking about whatever truth is, and then reacting to it, because we have the 2 swords here. So it will be again with the Knight, it is more of a impulse pertaining to this truth. So it's like a reflexive action. But again, it's all swords in these 3 cards here. So we have the Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Ace of Swords. So it is really about going over what took place, that disappointment, that 3 of Swords that we saw earlier, creating all this loss and suffering, and then overcoming it. And then we have the Fool for a new beginning with the Devil, choosing and holding back, or being in control, or having that self-control, because enough truth has come forward that we can really take control of the steps that we're going to take, and justice is going to prevail. So it could be for karmic relationships. Justice being served is sort of like a payback in itself for the suffering that you've been through, or decisions that you're making, and being in that control, or recognizing the disturbance. When I say disturbance, the addictions, and wanting to either give up on or give in to. But again, it really depends, because it is destined to happen. Whatever control is happening here, holding back and moving forward, because it's like these 2 cards are the opposite ends. See, self-control and then stepping off into oblivion. It's like you want to start, then you stop. Starting and a stopping, starting and a stopping. Could be what you've been through, but it is in self-control here, because we have the Fool. You see, knowing that you want to move forward, and then controlling that movement, and really saying, no, it's not the right time to do this, I'm not going to do it. You see, that impulse is under control, again with the Knight of Wands here. That impulse to fly off the handle, or tell all, or chase into an argument, it's not happening, because of the self-control. And that too is destined to heal, because of healing processes that are taking place. Taurus, it's real wisdom here. We're taking the best of all the swords we have here. This page is knowing the truth, or seeking it out, or telling it all. And the Knight of Swords is just all truth that needs to be told and can't it's overflowing. Can't hold it back. And then this is the victory card in truth. So all the positives are here. So the devil here represents that. Okay, instead of just flying off the handle, I won't. I'll wait for the right moment. Instead of just stepping off into the unknown, I'm going to check which way to go. I'm going to make a plan. And then the justice card is providing for that to happen, because it is meant to happen. Whatever it is you're going through, it's meant to bring on that healing. And another page for a new beginning. Again, we have new beginnings coming all over here. So let's take a quick look. The first card, more swords. Taurus, you're an earth sign. You're going through a lot of mental change or conversation or self-discovery. Here we have divorce. So some of us may have gone through the processing of divorce papers and having dealt with that, or we're just being honest and open for others. I mean, everybody has a different take on this queen. It's either you are in a position of changing your marital status, or you are facing truths, or you are waiting for truths. And you could have gone through all of the above, because we have the three swords here. It's all about the truth. And then we have justice, so it's about having what is coming to you prevented or held back or given in the right time. But either way, you have had communication, or you will have communication. And there's that forgiveness. So information again is coming to you, or you're waiting for it to help you determine if you're starting over, if you're going through forgiveness, or if you even want to bother moving forward, because again, the devil is there, and you are very, very aware of your situation. And the fool is the one that is following the instinct and that natural pull to either go or to stay. And with the devil, with the justice card, it is divinely guided. So Spirit has your back no matter what. And it is really to teach you to be more self-discerning in some cases, and for others it is to see through or read between the lines, that what you're being told may or may not be what is honest. Again, with the devil there. But you will know, you will naturally go away from, because you are aware. And if it is that you want to forgive, or the information coming to you will prompt you to forgive in some cases. And take it as it resonates. It's a lot of could be's going on here, especially with the devil showing up. Then we have this 8 of Wands, which brings us to what helps or hinders us, and it is that knowledge, it is that understanding, it's that experience, and having gone through whatever it is, conversations and thought processes, and the matter, whatever it is that you've been through, whether it is legal situations or personal working situations, dealing with other people, you see, having gone through that, you're able to discern better. It's helping you, because this is understanding. This is what you know how to do. This is distance between you and another in some cases. This is wanting to meet up with, which again, the distance is where the devil comes in to say, well, you need to hold back, and it is divinely guided so you can heal. Keeping that distance. Okay, then we have the 4th card here, which is our 2 of Pentacles. So being that you're worried or not too sure on which way to go, trying to make the best of both situations. Again, it is one or another. If it is for some of us, we're dealing with multiple situations, or we're dealing with different people, or we need to make up our mind as to what we believe, who we believe, if we're gonna follow, if we're gonna go our own way. And there's a lot of decision making going on here. Again, with those 3 swords. This is information coming. This is information coming. This is information coming. You're finding out what it is that you need to know, or you're discovering. And your discovery is creating that uncertainty as to should I, shouldn't I, or is it worth my time to go one way or another. Because it does pertain to value here. And your experience and your discernment is what determines if it is worthy. Again, you are an earth sign. So you must see the value in something in order to make that decision. Here we have the victory card. So the 6 of swords, the 6 of wands. Being recognized and knowing that you know what you know. Or being that you are recognized for understanding the circumstance. Making that judgment call is what is expected here. You are going with, I will make my decision based on, and there it is. You have your victory because you want to come out victorious. You want to take the best of what you can get. You're waiting for the truth to come so you can make a choice. The worry in this, the fears and the hopes, is that it will give you value. Will bring value to you. But you will know, because the information will come, and then you will be able to make the choice, because you're waiting. You're waiting for that victory. You're vying for victory, in other words. Now, you may also have an ego problem for some. Maybe you're working on that, and that is what has caused you to go off balance here, being that you may be the one who wants to apologize. Again, it can go either way, but it is in your discernment here, your choice making, where you see the value of should I or shouldn't I, and then you decide. Here you're making that decision, or you've already made the decision to start something new, to reconcile. We saw the 6 of Cups, we saw the 3 of Swords, we saw the 3 of Pentacles. We are dealing with what has happened, and we are making sense of it, and we are taking what is best for us from it, and we are going to be victorious, because that is what you want. You are vying for that victory. Whether it is a positive or a negative is irrelevant. You want to come out on top. Then we have the 6th card. So here we have the Emperor, understanding, taking responsibility. Again, it could be relating to that ego trip. Now, it could be yours, it could be someone else's. But the responsibility is here. Stepping up and being aware. Again, coming back to the self, knowing the self, and being true to the self. That is what you have to come away with. And that's what you must have come away with, because you've been disappointed. That you had to go in and take a decision and say, no, I don't want this, I want that instead. And then following through on it. This is lessons learned, to take that responsibility. And Taurus, for the fact that you are Taurus, this is like sitting on your throne here. You're at home with this card. Coming out strong, being victorious. Again, it is a positive or a negative depending on your situation. If it is that you were overbearing or someone was overbearing to you, you've come to learn how to deal with that, because you will have nothing but the truth now. And you're making up your own mind, and you're deciding what, yes, no, I don't know. You're making up your mind on that. But you're waiting for information if you haven't received it already. And the 7th card is, of course, our outside forces. So this 8 of Swords. So it could be that you're dealing with someone else's ego, and you've been able to come to terms with that, and you're making up your mind, and you're seeing where the value lies for you in a particular relationship, and you either getting them to change their mindset, or they are changing it, or they're staying stubborn, because we have eights here, double eights. You understanding that they are stubborn, you making your own decision to stay, to go, to forgive, to not forgive, to have that divorce or not have that divorce. You are making up your mind based on what their attitude presents to you. Again, you are vying for victory. You want to come out on top. Could be, I don't see any manipulation here, but I won't say that there isn't, because you have to go through the 5 before you can get to the 8. And if it is that they have been manipulative, you are working on how to prevent them from manipulating you another time. The 8th card showing up here is the final outcome. So you're teeter-tottering and you need more time. And that is normal, because it is not a split decision that you're going to be able to make. You're weighing it out. You're thinking, what's best for me in this situation? How can I come out of this circumstance and have a change? Now, you're going to argue a little bit here, because that's what the 5 does. If it is that you're still dealing with particular attitudes, you're not done yet. And if some of you are saying, well, no, I've made up my mind and this is where I'm going, you're going to have that self-deliberation where you say, oh, I'm not too sure I really want to go there yet, but you will figure it out, and your truth and victory will come, because you are changing here. Having gone through, and if it is that you have to walk down the path of memory with that 6 of Cups that we did see, you will remember how you felt, what you've been through, and then you will just make that decision, because that's what she does. She cuts this out, but it takes a few turns. Now, how long is a few turns? We're going into November with this reading, but this is where you're at, basically, and there's a new beginning coming, or forgiveness to have. And this is your dilemma, where you're thinking, what should I do? And that's why the Queen is here. But it will be a victorious outcome, in the sense where the 5 and the 6. Okay? This is your grounding card. So it will balance itself out, and you will be able to make a choice because of the Queen of Swords. So let's take an oracle on this. It's really straightforward, and I had that sense when I was walking this morning. I saw 2 crows, and it's funny that the 2 crows are showing up here now. I was thinking, yeah, I want to do that Taurus read. It just echoed in my mind. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. What does Taurus need to get through here? Help them understand. What is the oracle for Taurus? End of October 2024. TikTok. See? Matter of time and being observant. Well, there you are. You're already there with these 3. These 3 aces, and the Fool with the Devil coming in. We have Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and you're already going through the change, and it's because of truth, either coming in to you, or just you going deep within understanding. Again, depending on your circumstance, you're figuring it out, and it's just coming in naturally. That timing effect, it's happening all by itself, and being observant and knowing that you cannot change other people. Again, with that, whoever you're dealing with an attitude, one way or another, either they are going to come around, or you are going to make a decision on what your next move is. But it will be for the positive, because you are taking responsibility. Remember, No matter how indecisive you're feeling now, you will come to that. You will make your choice. And it will be for the best because it is the Queen of Swords here. So just take a breather on that one and see TikTok. Let time be your guide. And that's the 30. So let's see what the 29 would have been, because that's where you're coming off of. Huh? That 29 was breathe. You were taking a breather. Now you have to make a decision. Okay. So it's timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. Let's see the relationship on that. Love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart, in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. You will know what is best for you. The observer, the 49. Let us see. And if you've already made your decision, this is only confirmation that you are going in the right direction. 49. Because it is a positive, right? You will make that decision. You're being observant anyway. Perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Again, with the distance card. Taking a step back, looking at things from another angle even. Understanding what you've been through based on what you have experienced. This 8 will affect you in a different way because of what you know. We'll take the prosperity on that because we did see the Pentacles here, and we have the 3 of Pentacles that showed up. Together, that's a 5. So we're dealing with the 5s, and the 5s bring in that change. Huh? And with the Devil there too, it's a question of being in control, self-control, having that self-control, and recognizing all of the suffering that goes on with the 5s. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. On that note, I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Taurus, until our next read, love and light.